Senator Representative.
Welcome everybody. I'd like to call to order the special city council meeting, August 27, 2024 to order. Mr. Sandra.
Mayor David Romero.
Here.
Councilor Marvin Martinez.
Present.
Councilor Barbara Casey.
Here.
Councilor Michael Montoya.
Present.
Councilor David Olivari.
Here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have a quorum.
Councilor Olivari will lead us in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilor Casey. A moment of silence.
Today is a very special day, and I think that we should all take a moment to thank our Creator for all the blessings that He has bestowed upon the city and upon this council. To give thanks for all the good things that are happening in our community, and to give us the wherewithal to do everything that we are starting to do and will continue to do for the citizens, for the good of the citizens of Las Vegas.
Mr. Mayor, next on the agenda is approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Councilor Casey. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Martinez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Mayor, next is public input. We have no public input this morning.
Thank you.
Moving on to our business items. Item number 1, request approval of a memorandum of understanding between the Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon Claims Office, and the City of Las Vegas.
Thank you, Mr. Senator. If we could have Ms. Deborah from the Salsa Group come up. Our city manager wasn't able to be here today, and this is a moment that I know that he was real excited about to be here to be for this. Unfortunately, he was sick. A lot of good news, but I'll go ahead and turn it over to Deb at this time. Ms. Deb, and if I jump in or whatever, I'll help out on that.
Certainly. Thank you guys for having me. It is a good day today. We were able to reach an agreement with FEMA, with the Cap Canyon Hermit's Peak Claims Office to allow the city to proceed with its water treatment facility permanent solution. Under the agreement, the city will receive $98 million. That money is to be used to move forward the permanent repairs, replacement of the water treatment facility and systems related to that. I think it was a very, very good move on the city's part. There aren't any restrictions on the money. It is the first, is acknowledged within the agreement that it's anticipated that as design and construction proceed, that there is more money available. So it was an opportunity for the city to get quite a large sum of money to get started, to invest, to have the interest off of that money. So I think it's a big win for both FEMA and the city of Las Vegas.
Thank you, David. I'll go ahead and jump in here. Just coming into this office, that was all our priorities. Once we had the changeover of leadership, is make sure that we don't drop the ball with FEMA. So, from the get-go, the priority has been, bringing Tim in. Priority has been trying to get as much funding as we can. We all know that in the community that 140 was in the Cap Canyon deal. So moving to that, the 140 million was originally negotiated with FEMA to facilities, specific facilities. Because of the June 21st incident that we had, things kind of took a different turn, and those facilities aren't going to be specific to our needs. We know that there's a lot bigger needs, and Travis, if you don't mind coming up here, because you've been a big part of this, there's bigger needs within our systems, not just the facility, the the pre-treatment, those two pre-treatment systems, the water plants. So, our negotiations with FEMA have been, well, we have a lot bigger needs than just those facilities, because those facilities are going to be built overnight. So, and I'll go ahead, Deb, if you could add to that and continue there.
Sure, I was kind of caught off guard. You called me up because I'm not Tim had this, so I didn't have a lot of notes. I didn't prepare very well, but yeah, I think the June 21st flood showed a lot of vulnerabilities that the city has with regard to water and providing water to the community that may not have been anticipated in the previous administration and in the previous design of the facilities that were there. I don't know that the new system that had been designed and presented to FEMA originally would have solved our problem on June 22nd when we had a day and a half of water. So I think it gave us an opportunity to take a pause and say, let's look at this a little more holistically and try and make sure that this giant investment is something that moves the city forward for the next 100 years as opposed to just 3 shiny pennies, as I call them. I think that the other thing that we worked really closely with Travis, and it was a big issue with him even before the flood, was to try and get the city to a steady state so that we could process water. He could process water. People wouldn't be working 24/7, 365, trying to piece things together to try and address the problems that the city faces now because of the fire. So that was really our biggest focus and has been our biggest focus since June 21st, is to get the city and allow Travis and the utilities department to be able to operate. So I think we've come a long way. We have a little bit more work to do. I think last meeting when I came before you guys, I talked about the temporary facility that we've negotiated with FEMA. So we are in the process of getting a temporary system in place to support the system that's in existence now that would be able to take us to a point where we're not in crisis during the next big flood event. So we're working real hard to get that set in place. I think then that gives the city an opportunity to pause, take a breath, look at the permanent solution in a big, broader sense, and try and figure out how to best utilize that money and make sure that it's well thought out and it's more than just like I said, 3 buildings or something. So it was a little bit challenging getting FEMA off of that position. There was a lot of discussion about the city won't take the money, the city won't take the money. Well, I think that was all very, a lot of hyperbole because the city had never actually been given an offer of the money. There was just a lot of talk of the money. When the offer came down, I think that FEMA had put us in a position where we would never be able to spend that money. So it took a little bit of work, finding the right people, but I think that the folks that we dealt with to negotiate this MOU have a real willingness to work with the city. I think there's an acknowledgement that there's more money there if and when we need it. I also want to point out that this is the first claim that we have. We are developing lots more claims to present to the claims office. They are well aware of those. They have committed to work with us to help develop those and to move money quickly. So I do have to give my hat off to the leadership at FEMA who finally we were able to talk to and make a deal. So.
Thank you, David. As we move forward, I know as we were negotiating this and talking with FEMA, the big thing is we have bigger issues, and one issue specific, that and I know that we've been trying to address, and I guess the previous leadership, had received notice, those concerns on things that we had to, I know our community continues to get those notifications, our water's completely safe to drink, but those notifications that we continue to get, that was one big thing that we had to address that, as I understand and what I've seen, no response was ever given, that was satisfactory to the state. So knowing that now, and we talked about systems, again, more than just the 3 facilities, there's systems. There's a lot of issues within our current system that we need to address in order to continue to provide clean, safe water without our constituents getting those notices. So I think that's important if we were negotiating this, is that we have current needs right now for funding that we need funding for. So that was the main driver in don't just commit us to those 3 buildings, because we could have had the money and the money would have been in the bank, but we needed to take care of things right now. So that was the big thing that we were taking care of, and I'll let Deb finish there, and then we'll go.
Yeah, I think along those lines, we're trying to address those same things, those issues that I think had not been addressed previously with other leadership, but we're trying to address them not only in the permanent facility, but also in the temporary facility, so that we truly have a steady state that we're able to, or Travis is able to help provide the funding and stuff for him, but that they're able to operate and avoid any of those issues in the future.
With that, I'll open it up to questions. Councilman Lee.
Thank you. It's Eagles File and all the residents, all the families, Fima's doing for this small city. Thank you for all the work you do, all the hard work. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilman Martinez. Thank you,
Mayor. Deb, I do want to say thank you again to you. I know we did thank you last time, and I really do appreciate the resources that you brought to the table. From the very get-go, you were a part of, the flooding incident that we had here in Vegas. But it was a team effort that took place, and with your resources and the team of the city of Las Vegas, utilities director, and all the directors that participated in any matter that they did, it creates the future of the needs that are going to drive our community, this city of Las Vegas, and it starts here today. And that's what I would like to point out, that this was it's a huge milestone to be able to have that connection with FEMA and making sure that we are now going past page 1. I can't say it enough. Thank you for doing what you do, and for the resources that you brought to the table. That was such a... Without those resources, we couldn't have done any of these things that took place. And of course, the people of our community, the citizens that that backed off on the usage of their water, the people that donated resources from every location within the state and beyond our state. We've had a lot of entities that provided water and resources in all kinds of ways, and help, any bit of help that came to our community. So again, I just want to say thank you. This huge milestone is here today, and it's the future of our community. Thank you.
And like I said, hopefully it's just a start, so let's keep fighting.
Yes. Thank you.
I just, just for the record, I want to make sure that, the community understands it's $98 million, it's a start. The big part is that, I'll read number 5 on this MOU. Consistent with congressional intent, the claims office shall process payment in the amount of $98 million, consistent with the most recent cost estimate for water treatment facilities / systems. And this is the important sentence right here. The claims office, recognizing that additional funding may be required as final architecture, engineering, and design are completed and construction commences. So, just so the community is aware that we're not just settling for $98 million, FEMA is also, aware that the cost will go up. But I think that's important that the community understands that. I also want the community to understand is that now, the wall will be in our court once we receive the ones who received the 98 million. So, to us as oversight, our finance department and all those involved, it's going to be something that we're going to have to be very transparent with our community, and that's what the intent is. I know the city manager and I have had discussions on what that extra oversight will be. When we're ready to present that, we will. But, just know that right now, $98 million, will be, the community will know where that money is going and how we're spending it. If you look at this MOU, there's also some language that gives planning phases, design phase, bid phase. It also gives us a general timeline into how we're going to get things done. So I think I wanted to point those out. That we're not just getting the 98 million and it's not going to be used for the wrong reasons. Our intent is to be transparent and to be accountable. I just wanted to note that, Councilor Casey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I also want to say thank you. And at the risk of sounding biased, it took a woman. Thank you so very much. You're welcome. I am just overwhelmed with glee, for lack of a better word. But thank you so much for all of your assistance, and it's so good to have somebody that was able to push through and get this taken care of. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
Commissioner. First of all, I wanted to say that this is a long time coming, past 2 years, and well deserving. Many people involved. Many people involved. And those names will be mentioned when we get the money. I'm sure. And to thank him. But today is a very special moment for the city of Las Vegas and its citizens. The city of Las Vegas has never seen this kind of money before. And hopefully it will benefit us in many ways than water if we invest it properly. $98 million can go a long ways. This will enable us to prepare for the next 60 years, plus take care of other disasters in the future, and we might be proactive in. We thank the Salsa Group. We thank you for assisting us with this efforts with FEMA. I want to thank FEMA, by the way, for being so cooperative with us and our citizens. And they're trying to help out as much as they can. They're trying to use up that money. And it's important that we move forward and people get to rebuild and move forward. The system, like the mayor said, is something that's well needed, something that is an essential for us. I mean, we have a 60-year-old system in place that needs to be redone. We can't handle this kind of water and so forth. And this is due to us. We didn't ask for this. So, in closing, I thank the citizens of Las Vegas, our elected officials, Washington, our president, and so forth. But our mayor and council, our staff, our city manager, everybody that's putting all the hours that it takes to get to where we're at. We're not done with it, by no means. We're in the starting point for us of rebuilding. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And with that, I'll make an approval for a memorandum of understanding between the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, MSB Cat Fire Claim Office, and the City of Las Vegas.
Motion by Pro Tem Montoya, second by Councilor Casey.
Council.
In Jory, this is a moment of history. Roll call, please.
Councilor Olivari.
Yes.
Councilor Montoya.
Yes.
Councilor Casey.
Yes.
Councilor Martinez.
Yes.
I have a motion by Councilor Montoya, second by Councilor Casey. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Just 1 second. Ms. Cassandra, if you don't mind bringing that document, and councilors in this day, if you don't mind, let's sign this right here and let's get a photo of it. Mr. Kim, he couldn't be here. I know he was so excited. He brought us some cake, and this was a big moment for our community. Without him and him pushing through is a big part of this. All right. Travis. Yeah. We have plenty. Is there anything?
Who's going first?
All right. Now, Deb, I guess you said it came off for their turn.
Yeah.
Mayor, move that we adjourn.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Levy. Adjourn.
Mayor Kay?